Mainly the alive part, but I'm here. Can the thumbnail actually change, please? Hi, everybody. Oh, man. You guys will have to forgive me as I'm literally still waking up. Like, I worked for almost 12 hours today. Came home, showered, laid down after my shower because I didn't want to come in here and start working. And I woke up maybe 5 minutes ago. Glad everyone enjoyed Raw today. I had fun making that one. It's to go home for Elimination Chamber. I finished Elimination Chamber last night, actually. So I've already got that good to go, which is good. And here we go. Braun and Punk getting into it. But yeah, sorry, again, still waking up. Gears are still clicking into place here. Yeah, I still got a lot to do this week. LAW returns on Thursday. I got to get AEW done, and I got to get full gear done, and then I got to try and start getting a jump on. Oh, there's Sammy. I got to start getting a jump on everything else for next week, which fortunately next week I've only got a couple things. Like next week I got Raw, I got AEW, and I got LAW. That's it, at least. Uh, but next week on Thursday, yeah, Thursday we leave for the convention and we won't be back until the 26th. So 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th. So 5 days that I'll be out of the house. Um, Fortunately, that weekend is Saturday night's main event and nothing on my end. So I'll be able to have a fairly light week. And there's Jay. But yeah, did a big delivery today that took a lot of my day. So Well, when I say Saturday night's main event, I mean the LS11 Universe one. The real one's also next weekend, but I mean the LS11 Universe one. But yes, we're seeing this supposed to be against Archer. I won't be live at all next weekend. Like, as kind of sad as that makes me, that I won't be live, like, at all. I won't be doing, I won't be doing the occasional TNA watch along on Thursday. I won't be doing the normal SmackDown watch along Friday. I won't be live for Battleground or Saturday Night's Main Event on Saturday and Sunday. And then I might be live for Raw on Monday next week, or in 2 weeks. It just depends. A, what time we get back. B, how tired I am. That's assuming I go to the convention. I haven't bought my pass yet. I might ultimately decide not to go. I haven't decided yet. I might take the weekend and just deliver that weekend to make extra money because I haven't started my new job yet. Yeah. I haven't started my new job yet, so I need to keep delivery driving until I start it and start making money from it. Because rent doesn't pay itself. Rent doesn't get paid by hopes and dreams. Rent gets paid by breaking my back. Quite literally, because my back is killing me. Championship before interference by the Judgment Day into this past Saturday. A Grande Americano. A lot to this story because Penta takes on Gable. It's next. So here's the situation. Penta challenged a Grande Americano to this matchup after what went down this past Saturday at Backlash. But according to Chad Gable, Mr. Americano is on a publicity tour in Mexico. So Chad Gable, excuse me. So Penta versus Chad Gable tonight. All right. Yep, we have a big week on the channel ahead. Double premiere weekend this weekend with Elimination Chamber this Saturday or this Sunday and Full Gear this Saturday. Big week. Maybe NXT tomorrow. I don't know. Again, that's not my wheelhouse. AEW on Wednesday. LAW returns on Thursday. SmackDown on Friday. Full Gear on Saturday. And Elimination Chamber on Sunday. Followed by the premiere of Raw on the first Raw on the road to WrestleMania on Monday. Which will be exciting. I'm really excited for that Raw. I wrote it yesterday, maybe 2 days ago. Like, it's one of the biggest episodes I've written. I'm looking at it right now, actually. It's one of the longest episodes I've written. I don't know if it's not gonna be as long as Skeleton Crew, I don't think. That was the show that was nearly 2.5 hours. But it's a long show. It is a long show. Like, Skeleton Crew Raw still holds the jeez. I am struggling my way through sentences right now. Skeleton Crew Raw still holds the candle as probably my favorite Raw of the season. Maybe not all time, but it's one of my favorites I've ever done. Skeleton Crew, and then the night after SummerSlam. I like that one a lot too. Let's see. Kind of scrolling back to try and remember. Yeah, the one that goes the night after SummerSlam where Roman loses the belt to Owens. I really like that one. Dinner in 6 minutes. I'll keep an eye on my on my timer then. But yeah, Skeleton Crew is the one that goes for almost 2 hours. Not almost 2.5, my bad. It is the longest Raw in LS11 history, though. That's the one where Moose and the show's cold open is Moose and Bronson Reed annihilating everyone. It's the night after Armageddon as well. So the story is that of course, most commentators take a beat down like that on a PLE, and they're going to be gone for a couple weeks. Pat McAfee, he's back within 48 hours. Fucking lucky us. Fucking lucky us that we get Pat back on our screens, back in our ears within 48 hours. No breaks from Pat McAfee tonight. Daryl. Yeah, Skeleton Crew. That's one of my favorite episodes because you look at it and it's like, and now Nia. Hold on. No, I'll do this screen here. Yeah, like it's the cold open with the earlier today stuff, where everyone's trying to get between them and just gets absolutely annihilated. This is back when we still had an intro for Raw. And it's not that I didn't like. It's not that I didn't like having intros. It's more that just viewer retention was down in the times we were using the intros. Big E opened the show, revealed that Bronson and Moose were being held at a local jail for the night. And then Shayna and Nia had a match where Big E had the muscle shirt ref gear on, which was cool because all the referees were taken out in the mix as well. We had Heartbreak Hotel with referee Shawn Michaels in the shorts because, of course, Grayson Waller showed up, and little did anyone know. Brilliant. We had Joe Hendry on Raw. That's what started the Grayson Waller Joe Hendry feud. Had, at the time, the Indies Nexus against AEW's Blackpool Combat Club in the first round of the Trios tournament. Let that sink in for a moment. Second time someone got arrested in the universe? I think so. I think it was the second. Had Roman and Oba come face to face. Team Kick took on the Sky Pirates. Lola Vice faced off with Jade Cargill. This is the match that got Lola Vice officially on the Raw roster. Big E showed up again, and then we had the absolutely banger, 15-minute main event between Roman and Oba. Like, no one saw Roman wrestling on Raw coming, let alone Roman and Oba Femi having a 15-minute main event. As well, that he is Chad Gable, not El Grande Americano. Enough of this. Chad Gable is very disrespectful right now to the luchador community. Well, he is, as he's trying to rip the mask off Penta, and Penta able to fight. All right, hold on. How long ago did Alex say? 6 minutes? Was it 5 minutes ago now? It was 4 minutes. Okay, so in like another minute, I'll head downstairs. But yeah, Skeleton Crew Raw, probably my favorite episode I've ever done. Like, season 6, it's one of those few times where I can confidently say that a season has far and away been my favorite to make, and it's true. This has been my favorite season to make. And I don't know if it's because I'm having to do less or not.
Until we get some concrete evidence, it's going to be tough for me to buy in. I try to be a journalist. I try to not make things up as I go, but seemingly that is a part of the job. We've seen El Grande Americano and Chad Gable in the same place at the same time. Once. We still have seen it. Once. You just said that El Grande Americano is where right now? He's supposedly on a tour in Mexico, although there's no photography or video evidence on social media to back up that fact. That's because he's old school. Doesn't do everything before the cameras. He glitz and glam. That's why I like El Grande Americano. Now, Chad Gable is mocking Penta a little bit here. He might not have learned his lesson. Interesting to see what Gable has learned.
Next video tomorrow is recorded, so I just have to edit it together. Heck yeah. Hi, Abram. Love to hear it, Ray. Looking forward to it. Oh, dinner's almost done. All right. So it's on commercial technically right now anyway. For me, I'm suddenly getting the international feed again where I don't have to look at the commercials. So give me like 2 to 3 minutes, and I will be right back with food. Maybe something other than water to drink, and I'll be right back. Oh, and my back is still hurting, so that's great.
Kick out at 2. First time Judgment Day screwed it up for him, and then this past weekend it was El Grande Americano. El Grande Americano hits him in the head, steel plate now, and then goes on a Mexican tour. Gable said that he would win his first singles championship in 2025. It hasn't happened yet, or hasn't, because does the speed championship count toward a singles title for Chad Gable? Chad Gable is the speed champion right now? El Grande Americano. I'm not tired of you doing what you're doing, Cole. These are 2 different superstars, 2 different trajectories. Chad Gable's been around a long time. We've just got to learn. El Grande Americano is Chad Gable's going for the mascot again. You just called him El Grande Americano? No. El Grande Americano's new. Chad Gable's going for the mascot. Oh, God. Gable now. Continuing to wear down Penta. You're not going to catch me, brother. Okay? Don't you worry about that. Wait till you're doing it wrong. Penta now tries to fight out of this. This is a great strategy here by Gable. Gable, the Olympic wrestler. Now to 12 Olympic team. Trying to ground and pound a little bit. It'll be good. Take away some of Penta's greatest assets. Some of his limbs. Eddie Arango right there. Gable's in control. Hit jacked. Over 11,000 here tonight in Louisville. Very vocal crowd. Penta and Gable one-on-one here tonight. And Penta has been in trouble really from the beginning of this matchup. Yeah, Chad Gable's been in full control, and Penta's going to have to get something. Roll it just like, oh! Chad Gable went for another headbutt. Penta met him with a super kick. That is exactly what Penta needed. And Ivy Dial realizing now that Chad's in trouble. And Penta trying to fight through the pain. Gable trying to drag himself back to his feet. Penta with a big kick, and you heard that one. To try to find a second win, he certainly can do that. Sits up right to the midsection of Gable. Covered by Penta. And an air fall. Things that Penta can do that nobody else on earth can. It's captivating. It's physical. It's impressive. Amazing how quickly he's adapted to WWE. His comfort level is really good, and let Gable from behind. Penta off the second rope. Caught by Gable with that waist lock. And Gable turns it into a suplex. Bridge, shoulders down, kick it two. So impressive what Chad Gable was just able to accomplish. Obviously, he catches Penta out of the sky like he was a football. And we say it a lot, pound for pound, one of the strongest men on the roster. And the German suplex with the backwards laying on top of his head. Unbelievable. Now Gable heading up to the top rope. And Penta, oh goodness! Caught him with a code breaker coming off the top rope. Covered by Penta now. And Gable kicks it too. What a move! What a reversal here. Chad Gable trying to get the headbutt yet again. Penta, code breaker from the sky. What a fight here. Yeah, what an incredible matchup between 2 of the top superstars today. Penta trying to fire up yet again. Blames Gable / El Grande Americano for costing him the Intercontinental Championship. Chad Gable and El Grande Americano, two different people. And another shot. Chad Gable's chest banked up. Oh, slipped on the bottom rope, and still able to get his balance. Looking to deliver a backstabber here, but Gable's hanging on. Gable able to shove Penta away. Gable quickly now up to the top rope. Chad, moonsault, caught it for the win, hooks the leg, kick out by Penta. But Gable quickly turns into an ankle lock. And Penta sends him across the ring. Oh, it took us one slap from Penta. Chad Gable almost ended it. Off the super kick for Penta. Near fall. Penta slipped from the bottom rope. Chad Gable capitalized. I don't know how Penta was able to kick out, let alone reverse the start into the super kick. Chad Gable with a picture-perfect moonsault. Floating through the sky with complete control. Penta kicks out and then delivers a super kick at Chad Gable. To the other side. Yeah, but Penta is about to make Gable pay.
Oh, I assume some kind of schmoz finish here. Oh. Let's see, Penta and Cobra. Well, the draft's coming, so at least I assume it's coming. You never know. But also, it's not like the two are. It's also not like the two are only going to wrestle for like 3 more months ever. They're both going to be around for years, so you'll see them have a match at some point, I'm sure. It's the whole thing I talked about on Saturday about having to be patient for dream matches. Oh, man.
Oh, mouth it off. Not sure that was right. 2-0 here from Penta. Lands on his spinning. Oh, you
Yeah, wow. Ouch. Jeez.
Like he was George Kittle spiking a football. From the top rope, a Mexican destroyer. And that thing landed Chad Gable into the soil. Penta with a massive win here on Monday Night Raw. Well, we've learned 2 things tonight. Number 1, Chad Gable still has major issues trying to beat Luchador. Number 2, Chad Gable should stay under the mask as El Grande Americano because El Grande actually wins. I think we learned that El Grande.
Crazy finish there.
And the beautiful madness take on the genius of the sky and Rhea Ripley. And I think we've made it very, very clear that this division isn't safe anymore.
Tonight in the menu, boys and girls, is Pasta del Rey is my... Alright. Alex made chicken noodle soup at the request of Hemlock. Which all went down while I was asleep, so...
Because we're here to make our own.
Had some love on the draft video I made over on Wrestle Luigi today, which was really nice. It was a really nice comment to read. What do you give Omasa Kana the 4D splash with Phoenix Splash? I gotta keep it realistic, Zach. I gotta keep it realistic. I gotta keep him limited to things a guy that big could physically do. Like, I agree it would be funny, but I gotta keep it. I gotta keep it mostly realistic in regards to what someone that big could actually, with that kind of mobility, can actually do in the ring.
But for the final time ever, a 25-year-old rivalry will culminate between John Cena and Randy Orton for the undisputed WWE title. I still get goosebumps every time these two men grace the ring. Two most iconic professional wrestlers of this millennium. Big fight atmosphere. Cena, it's the final time for the undisputed WWE Championship. It is the final months in Cena's legendary career. He wants to retire as champion. Orton has something to say about it, Todd. These two go each other so well. Incredibly difficult for either one of these two to touch another by some blood. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. Touch it all around it. Now it's an RKO. Oh, shoved into the official. RKO.
Ugh. Oh, he's a luchador. Being a luchador, being a luchador doesn't mean that you can do all that kind of stuff. Like, hi, Pierre. Like, not all luchadors do big splashes, Zach. That's wearing a mask doesn't mean you can suddenly do 630 sentons and shooting star presses and stuff. Come on now. Think about Juan Cena. Juan Cena didn't do 450s. And anyways, no, I don't think you have.
John Cena never would have taken a victory like that. Yes, John Cena is still the champion.
Yep. El Grande O Masacano is going to compete next week. I'll go ahead and tell you guys who he's going to compete against next week. Next week on LS11 Raw, it is going to be the LWO versus The Miz and the official debut. The official debut of El Grande O Masacano on Monday Night Raw. The new the debut, the official arrival of El Grande O Mizicano as a tag team. Don't know why people think it's just Omos in a luchador mask. I saw a comment saying it was just Omos in a mask, for fuck's sake. It's clearly not. Like, easy mistake to make, but clearly not.
And her movie's going great. Only thing was, she said good morning, but it's not. No, this cannot be the first time you picked that time. Come on, please. I don't really care. Good thing. Can I talk to you for a second? No stuff down. So, at Backlash, you hesitated to open the chair, and almost cost me the match. It wasn't for Grande.
Alright, yeah, when I come over and we do Mania, I'll hold you to that, right?
Like Damian Reed. Remember what they were like when they were champions? Look, it didn't go smooth. It actually worked out.
JD explaining JD explaining time zones to Dom is brilliant. Let me grab this link here. Yeah, we got a hell of a show for you guys on LAW this week when it returns as well. Same with AEW. Whole week of shows is written. I got to write next week's shows too, other than just Raw. I got to write next week's Dynamite and next week's LAW. Yeah, JT explaining time zones is brilliant. It really is. Also, I can confirm Mickie James' return on LS11 Raw tonight was a full-time thing. It wasn't just a cameo. She is officially back. She'll be added to the roster next website update. I gotta get stuff done for that. Might work on that tonight. We'll see. We're already 45 minutes in the show, so we'll see. I still got stuff to do tonight, too, so we'll see what happens. I'm gonna try and just do deliveries in town tomorrow, so I don't have to drive a 200-mile round trip. Because, like, I used almost my entire tank of gas today doing deliveries, so not the most profitable.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I thank you for what you did for me and for all the commentators. But how you feel? Obviously, for what you just saw, from what you just saw, the WWE. Yeah, dude. Come on, stand up. Thank you, man. Thank you all so much.
Yeah. So I will say,
One of those Louisville sluggers that they make around here to help me out. That's what it felt like, kind of hit me in the chest there. So everything you saw, my family saw, all my friends saw, and the WWE medical saw, they wanted to get their hands on me today to see how I was feeling before they let me back out here. And they asked me how I was doing. I said everything's sore. Okay, my back's sore, my shoulder's sore, my knees are sore, my head's sore, my mind's sore. I got bruises on me still, on my collarbone. I'm bruised up. He hit me so hard in the chest that he.
What was I about to say?
Hold
on.
Gunther beat the hell out of me, but I think I gave him some back.
You know, I start my new job soon. I got to go have. So I'm becoming an insurance agent, for reference. But I know a lot of people hear that and they'll go, "Oh, so you're scamming people?" Because that's the first thing a bunch of teenagers said to me when I told them that when I used to be a substitute teacher before everything fucking happened there. But let me explain here the company I'm going to be working for. I'm not going to name drop the company for fairly obvious reasons of not doxing myself. But what they are is a company that isn't about profit. They are about people. They have a very people first approach, and that's what I liked. I told them that's what drew me to them. And it's they work with literally every insurance company in America. And they work with every insurance company in America. And so they're not locked to like so one. So they're not having to try and drive profits for specific specific insurance dealers. And so the other thing that really, and so it's about getting people the best deal possible. It's about getting people their money's worth, getting them insurance that's going to do the right thing for them. It's going to be tailored to their budget, to their life, to their needs, and all of that. And the thing that really sold me on the job, ultimately, and what made me really excited to take this job, is I cannot remember his job title right now, off the top of my head. The guy that hired me ultimately, who is one of the VPs of the company or something like that. He was like, and there's going to be times where we go to people and we see they don't need us because they've already got something and it's already really good for them, and we don't want to try and swap them to us. It means we're not going to make any money off of it, but it means they're already in a good place. And I was like, so you're saying we're putting them over the profit? And he said, yeah, that's what we're doing. I was like, I love that. So the way I'm looking at it is I'm going to be, providing other people's parents, grandparents, loved ones with the same kind of care I would want for mine. So, what I missed so far on Raw? So I'll be real, I missed the first, 10 minutes because I was asleep. But, what I saw was Punk came out, did a promo. Seth, Paul, and Braun came out, did a promo. And then everyone brawled. Sammy and Jay came out. They all brawled. And then Dom and Chad Gable and Penta had a match, and Penta won with a top rope Mexican Destroyer. And now here we are. I think you showed up right at the end of that. Sounds right. What time did you show up? You showed up at 8:39. Yeah, I know that about sums it up. I mean, Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman, and Braun Breaker. It's just the Joker, the Penguin, and Bane teaming up is what it is.
And ladies and gentlemen, Raw is Raw. Just a matter of moments, we are going to have the opportunity to race by the current tag team champion. We're tackling.
Oh boy, New Day's back on commentary. I am seemingly in the minority of people who didn't enjoy that 2 weeks ago.
I watched that match back like 4 times already. You watched it, man. That's fine. When do you have the time to watch that back? I make time for things that I need to make time for. Multiple times today. Actually, appreciate that. Hey, Xavier. Wow. I knew this new commentary desk was good for something. Put your feet up there. Yeah, it looked great, don't it? WWE is coming to Yuengling Center in Tampa, Florida this May for Saturday night's main event.
They were going to get Punk Braun Saturday Night's Main Event? Very possibly. It was a solid bet.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, based upon what happened earlier tonight, this tag team match has been made official for Saturday night's main event.
Nope, tag team match. Seth and Braun versus CM Punk and Sami Zayn.
Saturday night's main event. Me and you. Good? We can do this?
Hey Josh, good to see you, bud. I'm good. I'm a little tired, but I'm good. I woke up a few minutes late to actually start the stream, but I'm good.
But I did. And you know what? That worked out pretty well for us. Look, man, I'm not stupid. I know. You like to do things your way. You got your goals, you got your ambitions. I'm not that different, but yeah, I like to do things my way. I have my trust me, I have my ambitions. But the truth is, neither of us gonna get anything done.
You're saying how they did not have a proper tribute or something on Sabbath. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, unfortunate. Unfortunate. You hate to see anyone pass. I know a lot of people really like Sabu. I don't have many real memories of him. I met the guy. I met the guy once. Actually, I do have this. Let me find it real quick. I do have this. So there's my Sabu memory. I got this, which is pretty cool. He actually asked me where I got this picture. There was an artist at at the convention I met him at. There was an artist selling their art, and Sabu's always like, "Where'd you get that?" And I pointed, and he was like, "Oh, cool." I think he went over and talked to the guy afterwards. So been busy this week that I didn't even see when it happened. Yeah, it was yesterday that it happened, I believe. Yeah, everything's pretty good. Everything's pretty good. Like I said, I'm just tired. I'm just tired. I worked for 12 hours today, so drove 200 miles. All the fun stuff. I'm on good authority that Monk's on a train with Peruvian pulverizer, luchador legend. Ironically, he lives in Ecuador. Yeah.
So this isn't because you guys don't want to wrestle anybody. It's because you want other people to wrestle more to earn their stripes. Let's see who the best is, just like we did. Gotta hurt it. Look at that. The D1 wrestling ability coming into play there.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's fun being a full-time delivery driver right now. I just gotta get my insurance license, and then I start working at that other job, and I'll be driving maybe 50 miles a day instead, and I can work at that.
Hold on, man. What are they saying? You're out here just trying to promote the match.
There is a new section coming to the website soon, by the way, folks. I'm very proud of it. The free agent section of the website is getting split in two. Yep, once again, Frazee gets away. He can't keep getting away with it. Like, eventually, his actions are going to have consequences. Right? I mean, they've gotta. His actions are eventually going to have consequences. They have to. But long story short, what was I even talking about? Yeah, new update coming to the website. Look, if he doesn't get what's coming to him in the chamber on Sunday, as Zach pointed out, there's the cage match next Monday with Seth officially now. But yeah, what I was gonna say is, the free agent section of LS11universe.com is getting split up soon. So you're going to notice people are missing. Next update, which is going to come here shortly, you're going to notice a lot of people are missing. I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys that now. Like, there's a lot of people that are going to just be outright missing from the website. You're not going to be able to find them. And that is because they're on a hidden page, and I'll show you guys that hidden page in just a second here. And that new hidden section is the free agency is getting split up into two sections. And those two sections are active free agents and inactive free agents. Active free agents are going to be people that you can still expect to see pop up on the indies, people that are still actively wrestling in LS11 universe. One's going to let the position get the best of him at the chamber. Perhaps so. I did record the chamber. The men's chamber is one of my favorites. I think Drew dominating is still my favorite chamber, but I do really like how the men's chamber came out.
And now his face is so small that he can't even wear glasses. You know what it's like? And here you are. It's like your girlfriend come out from the club and big stand up fight. Damn. That's what it looks like. Again, that's not the case. It's a piece stick up for him. Piece stick up.
Okay, but anyways. But yeah, so like the active free agent section is going to be for people like that just got released from WWE. So like I'll show you guys real quick. Okay, so like here's how the section's looking so far. Like you got Adam Scherr, you got Blue Payne, you got Eddie Thorpe, Jakara Jackson, Priscilla Kelly. Like, with the exception of Blue Payne, you got 4 people that were just released from WWE here. Like, that you're going to be seeing again at some point, I'm sure. Whereas this section, the free agents, that's going to be for people who aren't quite legends. Like, they don't quite belong in the legends retired. But, they are really not wrestling in LS11 universe anymore. And we don't want to remove them completely. It's like Biff Busick. He's not really wrestling anymore. He's just an agent backstage in WWE. He doesn't really belong in the Legends Retired Stars section yet. So he would just go there. And then like you'll see people get moved out of here into active free agents like Effie, Doc Gallows, people like that are actively still wrestling that just I hadn't made this section yet. It'd just be a good way to split up essentially people you're probably not going to see again in ring versus people you will. And then the Legends and Retired Stars section will just stay as it is. This will be for people who aren't wrestling anymore, that are like officially retired, and I feel belong in like the Legends section. Like I just feel like why is David Arquette in the Legends section? Because David Arquette's a fucking legend. I won't hear. Same with El Generico. I won't hear any slander. But like, I'm just kind of scrolling through here. I don't know if anyone will get moved out of this section into the inactive instead, because I feel like I've been pretty good with the Legends section about it being people who belong there. Like I feel like someone's gonna argue, well, what about Caitlyn? What about Layla? I think they've earned spots here. I think that's fine. I think everyone that's here is fine. This is more like the officially retired section, whereas this is like they haven't exactly announced they're retired, but like Curtis Axel's not wrestled in 5 years. So he'll stay here. I don't think he goes in the Legends section. Maybe one day he does, but you get my point, right? Trish is active currently, kind of, and she is a legend. Yeah, Trish has been in both sections at the same time before. And sometimes that does happen. Sometimes, we have a Hall of Famer come back for a run like we did with Trish, and they kind of go in both sections for a while. Another one like that was Awesome Kong, kind of in that situation right now. She's not on the active roster, but she is back right now. Are you just going to delete Brock altogether? He's so integral to the history of the channel that I can't delete his existence. You're not going to see him in the... Like, unlike someone like a Matt Riddle, who is, Riddle had as many matches as Brock has had in the LS11 universe, but Riddle, the most worthwhile thing he ever did was win the fucking hardcore title for 30 seconds. And I suppose some people are like, well, he beat Brock at SummerSlam. Yeah, but like... Didn't really do much with him after that, did I? Oh boy. Well, looks like the Creeds might pick up the win here. But, like, Brock's 4-time world champion, WrestleMania main eventer, you know, probably has had other world titles in LS11 history. Like, is going to appear in retro shows still. It's more of a thing of, like, I can't delete him from history for obvious reasons. I'm going to pump the brakes on doing retro shows from an era he was part of for a while. Because it was really awkward doing all, like, that late 2010s stuff lately. Shane gives us like Shane. The sins of the father should not be taken out on the son, right? Like, Shane is not his father. Shane, all things considered, from what I've gathered, is a half decent guy. So, like, Shane's not going to get his existence deleted because his father. And, like, unfortunately, his father is too important to wrestling history to pretend never existed. You know, it's going to be a very long time before I'm willing to do any kind of shows that would have had him on them. Like, that's part of why, like, it's going to be a very long time before I do anything, like, Attitude Era-wise that would have had him as a character on it.
Probably feel like
Thank God for that. Not sure which part you're referring to. I'm assuming you mean me pumping the brakes on doing any kind of retro shows that involve Brock or Vince. I'm assuming just from the timing. To which I kind of agree. I could be wrong though. That's the only issue with chat delay, is I don't know what people are referring to usually. And so I just kind of have to make an assumption. Stone Cold Feud never. I didn't say that. I did not say that at all. I said it's going to be a while before I do anything that he would have been in from around that time. That's very different things. Because the Stone Cold and Vince feud is integral to wrestling history. So I can't act like it never happened. I can't. Thankfully, Shane is not his father. Right, exactly. Like, I can't write that feud out of existence. You know? But it's more like it's going to be a number of years before I'm willing to touch anything from that era. It's a lot like the Hogan stuff. Hogan is unfortunately someone I can't pretend never existed. So I just gotta dance around doing anything that involves him for a while. Like, maybe I'll do, maybe I'll do Mania 10 or something.
Louisville, Kentucky. It has been an absolute honor to be here with you.
Alright, let's see. Every other video I make is brought to you by my Patreon. Couldn't do this without your support. And all that. Yeah, so the Battle Royal was major players, Street Profits, Lucha Bros, and the Kaz Dojo.
Absolutely spectacular. The Louisville Slugger has changed the world. The Kentucky Derby is must watch every single year.
Again, it's a case of like. It's a case of like. You have to, take it in stride. And you gotta work with what you got. And like, some of the Hogan stuff has gone to Macho Man. It's a little bit more of a shared success in the Golden Era within LS11 history. Like, Macho Man has a lot more success. A lot more people get a chance to shine in the Golden Era instead of it just being the Hogan show all the time. But, it's like, there are these people that unfortunately we can't pretend never existed. And so we gotta work with what we got. Like, it's as simple as that. It's just quite simply as easy as that to say it that way, right? And like I hate that that's the case.
Michael Cole's been doing this for 28 years. He's only missed 3 shows, and that's because this is the greatest business on earth, with the greatest fans on earth, and we are lucky that we get to do this every week. Have a great night. We love you. Cheers. Thanks, Pat. Set up to Kathy Kelly.
Oh boy, a town down under. Just break up already. Whoa.
I'll try to be a good man. Give me a marquee match. But maybe the surprise was too big. I'm sorry. No. I can be famous. I just need more time to prepare. Not just surprise. I agree. So that's why I talked to PC. And then, no, we know. You talked to PC. You got me a rematch. But that's because you're a nice guy, right? But I'm a nice guy, too. So I talked to Adam Pearce, the match that you were supposed to have. Well, guess what? Next week, Grayson Waller versus Sheamus.
Oh, Waller and Sheamus next week. Or is it tonight? I didn't hear what they said. Is Warrior okay to use in that area? Because, yeah, Warrior still exists in the LS11 universe. I know he's said some stupid stuff. He's a bit of a interesting person, but he still exists. Again, there's a lot of people, and Zach, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm trying to lay this on as thick as I can to try and make it stick. There are a lot of people who are kind of jackasses, kind of controversial, that are too important to history to pretend didn't exist in the LS11 universe. And it's a matter of eventually I'm going to have to cross those bridges if I want to do every Mania and stuff like that. It just means that for now, I'm pumping the brakes on doing anything involving those controversial people for a little while. Just to try and, especially while things are so tense in the world right now. Xander, what's your favorite taco? I'm withholding the easy and obvious joke. And I'm just going to say, I like a good soft shell. I like a good soft shell with some ground beef, some good fajita seasoning. I like some spice to it. I don't want it to just be I don't want it to be bland. It's got to have good seasoning on it. It's got to be really well seasoned. I'm not talking white guy stuff like pepper's not a seasoning for me. Pepper is not a seasoning to me, I need some spice to it. It's got to have some kick to it, Like, that's my claim to fame as a white guy, is like, I don't just put pepper on something and call it well seasoned. I like some good seasoning in there. Some grilled bell peppers, some grilled jalapenos, maybe. Some sauteed onions. A little bit of queso in there. Maybe some shredded cheese, some lettuce, some nice fresh iceberg lettuce in there. Oh, no, not him. Absolutely not him. Yeah, there you go. Not that fucker. I don't enjoy his content at all.
Champion. Taking on all comers, as you saw last week. I got that. for you. What a great night to be Jey Uso. World champion.
I just find him so obnoxious, JT. I just find Queso, the content creator, I find him obnoxious. And also, like, he doesn't understand the point of the character Spider-Man, and that's a red flag to me. He's like, Spider-Man's a bum! It's like, no, he's a real human with real human struggles. You're a rich content creator, so you don't get it, but...
Jey Uso makes his way to the ring. Because he's earned this. And this WWE Universe respects the hell out of that. He's turning, he's fighting, he's scoring. He's eating, baby.
Also, it's arachnid. What? Am I missing a joke here? Oh boy, another Yeet encore.
Lighters to the sky. The universe is jammed.
Your LAW match is the first time you had to carry a match. I had to work a match against Ryback, so what do you think?
Got a lot going on. Big target. Hold on, big bats. Let me get some. Oh, my. Hey, walking ball. Walking outside the net moves. I'm not championship with them. Got a pass, dog. Keep on telling me. Keep on telling me. Well, let's go. It's me and you, Moose. Face to face. Face to face. Two-time world champion. The arena shaker.
Do I have to carry more in? Well, I haven't worked the Logan match yet. I don't know. Ask me again after Thursday. Oh, Gunther's coming back for his title. Gunther, the general. I do feel like I need to give you guys some kind of big retro show as a way of saying thank you for 5,000 subs, because holy shit, we hit 5,000 subs. That still hasn't completely processed for me yet. I gotta be real. Have you ever thrown bullies in the trash can? No. I've never really been in a shoot fight, I gotta admit. Never really been in like a shoot fight, so I've never been thrown in a trash can either. So Closest would be my buddy's Enter number 5 through Raj Desi in a trash can or in a dumpster. So that was cool.
Came true. Teddy Uso, World Heavyweight Champion. No.
Awesome WWE Battlegrounds. Absolutely scam of a game, not worth anyone's time or money.
You know, Jay, I understand what you're doing here because I know what it's like to be a champion. 80% of my time in that company, I've been a champion, so I understand. I understand there's a lot of pressure on you.
I've also never liked the arcadey kind of wrestling games. It's just never been my thing. Thoughts on the Switch too? A little bit overpriced. I gotta admit, everything's overpriced, and there's one person you can blame for that who doesn't know what the fuck a tariff is. And that is the most political I'll get tonight. I promise. But eventually I will buy one, and eventually I will buy the games for it because I'm excited for Mario Kart Tour or Mario Kart Worlds. I'm excited for Donkey Kong Bonanza. I am excited for the GameCube Retro Console feature. I'm excited for more than I'm not with the Switch too, and eventually I will buy one. It'll just kind of be like it was with the it'll just kind of be a similar situation to what it was with my PS5. I'll just wait I'll wait a little while, and the price will come down eventually, and I'll have the money eventually. All right, Gunther's got winner of Jay versus Logan.
I really do hope it's you. Because I would love nothing more than to shut you and all those people up for good. I would love nothing more to get in that ring with you again, outclass you, and remind you where your place is. Jay, hold on. We robbing at my place. My place? I'm in my place. It's my place. I run this place. With this on my arm. I'm a federal YouTuber. And then me at the ring, General. We gonna run it back. And I'm gonna walk in this match the same way I walked out of WrestleMania. World Heavyweight.
Yep, another Gunther and Jay match. Yay.
Fired up Jey Uso, oozing with confidence.
They definitely made the belt bigger. That is definitely bigger than it was when Seth was holding it. But hey, at least big gold is gold again. Or is big again.
The ring general Gunther 4 weeks from tonight for the World Heavyweight Championship. Logan Paul to shock the world like he's done plenty of times. And whoever walks out of Saturday night's main event.
Would you prefer Pat versus Gunther too? Absolutely not. If they cut the time out, if they could cut down the amount of time they had at Mania, They cut the time down from like the 20 minutes they got down to 12. I think it's fine.
才能はあるのかもしれないけど They don't deserve any respect. Tonight, 私は
Another shot of Finn and Roxanne talking in the background as well. I just saw that on the old Twitter machine during the J entrance.
this division can't stop me.
2 weeks in a row tells me that that one's actually going to go somewhere.
Championship from Io.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, our main event tonight, the current women's world champion, Io Sky, teams with a former world champion in Rhea Ripley to take on two women who I believe will both be world
This video and every other video I made.
Roxanne Perez and Julia, a big-time tag team match in our main event. Later on tonight, live on Netflix. Roxanne and Julia, main event, Monday Night Raw. NXT girls taking over.
Why are they still considered NXT girls is beyond me.
Over the weekend, legendary ECW superstar Sabu. He was a hardcore.
All right, whoever was asking about the Sabu tribute on Raw, like why there hadn't been a Sabu tribute on Raw tonight, there it is. It's a 2.5 hour show. They just didn't kick off the show with it. Simple as that.
I was incredibly lucky to grow up during the era of ECW.
Thoughts on the JT Jason heel turn? Has there been one? What did I miss? I run the show.
Sabu did every time he performed was put his life on the line for everybody's entertainment. We are forever grateful for his service to this industry. We all remember Sabu tonight. Send our condolences to his family and friends.
Not heel turn, but
Sabu is just legendary, and just glad we got the chance to experience that man in action.
tweener turn.
And,
I guess you could consider it that. I hadn't really thought about it that way. I kind of always just booked you as a tweener anyway.
the tag team champion, the New Day, who really want to set up this match between the War Raiders and the Creed brothers of American Made. We've said it all along. The New Day, I believe, is running from the War Raiders, and it so tonight because the New Day would distract them, allowing the Creed brothers to capitalize. It did feel as if the New Day wanted the Creed brothers to get the dub. They said they're just looking for the best competition to compete for their tag titles. And American Made Creed brothers took advantage of the distraction.
My back is indeed still killing me, for those wondering. I haven't talked about it much, but yesterday I was in such bad pain with my back that I ended up laying down on the couch, which may not sound like much. I never lay down on the couch. Like, I laid down on the floor and, like, thoughts on Streamlabs? It's cool. I like Streamlabs. I need to get it a little bit more activated on here, but it's really nice. I like having the alerts for it. I need to update the LS11 Universe alerts at some point, especially because whenever we get like big donations and stuff, the Adam Cole Bebe scares the absolute shit out of me because I never expect it anytime it happens. But I do enjoy Streamlabs a lot. I've been using it for years, you know. It's a good program. Been trying to be the devil in the ear of Dom again. He was when Dom was with Rhea. Who knows?
Want a shot at our tag team titles? Take your license best here to get to the back of the line. All the way to the back. As much as I don't like it, and I know you don't like it, you saw it in the referee's decision to sign all the creeds. Get the title back.
Thoughts on Balor Club? feel like we should have gotten something like that years ago.
Well, now, I'm sticking the Raiders at yours because it's a triple threat. It's a big trouble. Come on.
Good for you, Adam Pierce. Good for Adam Pierce sticking up for himself.
Ladies and gentlemen, WWE is coming.
Yeah, I feel like they should have actually done something with it. Like, they put Balor with the Good Brothers for, like, 2 weeks, and then that was it.
Paul, Pat, thank you so much. I'm back.
Hey, Ludwig's finally on the main show!
Was such a breakout year for you. You had wins over the likes of Sheamus, Braun Breaker. I mean, you were a top contender for the Intercontinental Championship, but we're almost halfway through 2025, and it feels like we haven't seen you in competition all that much. So I guess my question, Ludwig, maybe another time.
Oh, Braun has laid out Jay. Okay. Ludwig's not really affiliated with Gunther anymore, right? What if Ludwig's the third guy for Seth and Braun? Because he's tired of being overlooked. Kenta Club.
Well, obviously, that is what Seth Rollins told Braun Breaker to do. Nonetheless, Monday Night Raw is live tonight on Netflix. Uso. 9 and out, plus a Braun Breaker. Thought CM Punk and Sami Zayn have that moment of recognition.
All right, Finn and AJ. Up next. I don't know. I feel like it'd be something different. You know, that's kind of how I'm looking at it. Something different, something new, someone unexpected. If they have a third guy, it kind of feels like they might be adding a third guy.
Well, this is an interesting story that's been developing between Finn Balor
Let
and,
me
of course, the rest
open the game. I'm gonna do some renders tonight.
AJ Styles has to say about
But yeah, I know my back was in fucking excruciating pain yesterday, and it was not fun.
take care of the AJ Styles problem. Finn seemed to get him
Oh, what happened?
back by that, maybe even insulted by the fact that he had to clean up Dominic's problems, and then he said,
Oh, just accidentally deleted a message. Cool. I was gonna say, please don't accidentally ban him again. Because I learned last time Pierre accidentally banned Zach. When you ban someone, it removes all of their messages from all previous streams and premieres. So, like, all of Zach's chats from before when Pierre accidentally clicked the ban button and then, like, immediately undid it, all of Zach's chats from past premieres from, like, the first 4 seasons are just gone. And I gotta admit, it low-key does make me a little sad. What are Finn and Roxanne talking about? Man, eggs sure are expensive nowadays, Roxanne, aren't they? I wanted to get some eggs to make a protein shake. Yeah, they've really gone up lately, haven't they? Or, have you tried? What's your normal Waffle House order, Roxanne? Well, what's yours? Well, I don't eat carbs. I've never eaten a carb in my life. Thoughts on banning the pop-up pile driver? Yeah, probably. You know, that sounds like a move that can go very wrong very fast. So,
These two men will go one-on-one here tonight. The first time they ever met in WWE back in October 2017 at the TLC Premium Live event. These two former leaders of the Bullet Club go one-on-one again here tonight. Some global superstars here, the best of the best, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, working on Raw against Finn Balor. Now, there's been a lot of rumblings back in the locker room area that Finn Balor is extremely bitter and jealous over the fact that Dominic Mysterio is the current Intercontinental Champion. The Dominic pinned him at WrestleMania with the Fatal 4-Way, but the Finn Balor just putting on a, well, nice face at this point in time.
You know, it's always fun. So we get the new DLC pack tomorrow, which is good because that means that Julia, Motor City, and Stephanie are all getting added to the game tomorrow, which is great. And KSI is there too. I guess that doesn't really affect me much. KSI in the Prime bottle and KSI himself don't have any effect on me. Don't forget Survivor Series 2022. Oh yeah, AJ and Finn. They had a match back then. That was AJ's first pay-per-view win in years at that point. Or singles win in years. Bullet Club mention, you'll love to see it. Yup. Founder of Bullet Club and a former leader of Bullet Club.
He's already called himself the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. And the greatest Mysterio of all time, the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. He's bossing people around in the judgment.
Mod spot. Okay, I don't need mod spots. Tribute gives me like 500 slots. I don't need any. I just won't use them. It'll be like the Pat McAfee bozos last year. I just won't use them because I had enough mod slots. Cred mod. Thoughts on chicken nuggets? Chicken nuggets pretty good. I suppose I just like making my own, like from like that you get from the store. I don't really order them when I go anywhere, but they're pretty good, depending on where you get them from.
AJ Styles may be making a play for the Intercontinental title, as he should. AJ's won it once in his career. Balor, a two-time Intercontinental Champion, is AJ Styles since Balor outside the ring. Finn Balor probably wants a shot at that Intercontinental title as well, deep down.
Yeah, they're definitely not chicken tenders. Chicken tender is more my style. I like a little more resistance when I bite down, you know? Alright, it's gone to commercial. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go take care of my dishes, and Alex got, and refill my water, and Alex got some little treats. So I'll be right back.
Outside the ring, like you're seeing tonight. AJ Styles has been very welcoming of Finn back into the ring, and that's where he wants to keep this. Because once he gets outside, obviously these two, one with the large head and one with the apple, always going to be able to take care of the advantage. That's one bad apple right there, Carlito, and JD McDonough on the other side. That's quite the descriptors. And AJ Styles with the waist lock applied to Balor. The head in the apple. And Finn Balor. Is it Dom or Raquel? Dom really missing his girlfriend as well. With Dom been out filming Ruby. Due back soon. Congrats to her, obviously. She's on the opposite side of the earth right now. Is Finn Balor in the Judgment Day battling against AJ Styles? The place for these two men. Balor really controlled it. Not a lot of help from Judgment Day yet either. Didn't expect this out of AJ Styles. I thought the Phenomenal One was potentially going to have the advantage on the Finn Balor when escape with Styles. AJ, nice takedown. Balor. Snap here, arm drag. AJ Styles in top. Talked to AJ earlier today. He said he's still having fun. Still loves coming out here and competing every night. Says he still has a championship runs in his future. I mean, it has to be great to be great. And that's what AJ Styles is. It has been sunset flip. And there's Balor. That's classic Balor there. That roll through to the basement drop kick. Cover now. Styles quickly gets the shoulder up. Balor knows exactly how to control his momentum. Basement drop kick there. Roll through. Thing of beauty. Sly's been a world champion before. Sly's potentially not loving the fact that Dominic Mysterio is maybe bossing around a little. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Dominic has seemed to get a bit bossy as of late. I feel like he thinks Judgment Day needs a leader. Somebody needs to at least point everybody in the right direction. Why not the Intercontinental Champion? And Finn Balor has not loved that. The one thing I have noticed is Dom has a bit more mouth. Liv has a bit. He's probably speaking for two now. It's always in constant communication. Which still doesn't make sense to me with how far away she is in the time zone thing, but they're talking on a regular basis. I think Dom knows how to use FaceTime. Correct. Finn Balor taking advantage and taking control of this matchup here against AJ Styles. Balor's, well, I guess you could call it doing dirty work because Dominic has to take care of the AJ Styles problem for him tonight. Absolutely. If you didn't think that was too sweet to get down by Dominic Mysterio, it's AJ Styles with a backbreaker. Needed a spine by Styles. Balor obviously has the numbers game, but inside the ring, snaps one with a phenomenal one. Floated into the cover and kind of kick out at one. Knee right to the spine of Balor. Styles has been doing that for decades. Very comfortable in the ring. Good reason. Body slam. AJ Styles listening to Louisville. Styles. But Balor tries to back to his feet, get some relief here.
Oh yeah, I'm back again. Let's see. Thoughts on Wonder Woman being lifting towards him? Yeah, it makes sense. She definitely makes sense for being worthy. There's a third person in the faction. We were talking about it while you were gone. I said Ludwig could be interesting. Could be an unexpected one. And I'd be down for it. Just tired of being lost in the shuffle. He decides to join the Vision. I want to, if they're going to add someone, I want it to be someone that's not like an established top guy. Someone that can get something out of it.
Exactly out of control of pace in the ring. I was going to stretch him out a little bit.
Ilya Dragunov, maybe. Him kind of being an attack dog, I can kind of see. I'm not against it.
Excruciating pain. It's Finn Balor enjoying it all. AJ Styles going through it. Yeah, mocking Styles. And AJ trying to fight out. Or an elbow to the knee. Louisville fans trying to get AJ back into this. Styles now with a hip toss. And a clothesline, and here comes Styles. AJ trying to pick up the face. There's a flying, sliding forearm. AJ Styles catching a second win.
Trade Mello to SmackDown.
Now up on Styles' shoulders.
I know you mean to Raw, but I don't want to see Mello as part of the group. I don't know.
First set of AJ Styles can end the match. JD McDonough, Carlito watch along. Balor struggling to get to his feet. AJ Styles says, "Oh,
Ethan Page should be the third man. Maybe.
Causing the first distraction of this matchup."
Yeah, shout out to Alex who got the little shot-sized cupcakes when she went to the store to get chicken today.
Maybe playing possum to take advantage, but a kick out. Now Balor says it's over. Oh, Styles though able to slip underneath and deliver the kick. Big jump shot from AJ Styles. Now AJ strikes and kicks by Styles. Bill pulled that down the center of the ring.
Also, we need the face turn. Him and Dom when they turn him being the well-meaning dummies can be fun. True. Alright. At the least today, I'm going to finally get everyone that needs to be taken off the WWE roster and put in the free agent section there, which is anyone's gotten released lately. The only exception to the recent releases that I don't know, I'm dehydrated with how much I need to drink a lot lately. Like now, that's just putting someone in there to put someone in there. But the only person from the recent releases that's not getting moved to the what do you call it?
It's a PTSD listening to those chops. What they feel like. Describe the story you feel.
What am I trying to say? I know what I'm trying to say, and I'm struggling. I'm dehydrated with the amount of water I'm trying to drink lately. The only person from the recent releases, now I remember what I was trying to say. The only person from the recent releases not being moved to the free agents or other hidden sections of the website right now is Cora Jade, and that's because she's in the middle of the tag team title run with Rhea. I will say, thank you, Pierre, getting me back on track there, by the way. But what I was gonna say is the only person not getting moved yet is Cora Jade, and that's because she's still actively a champion. Pretty much, we're gonna finish out the story we had in mind on that regard, and then we'll move on to new ideas with her, because I've got new ideas for what to do with Elena Black in a post-Cora Jade career. So, I've got ideas. You'll see where it goes. Be patient. Because I do like her. I see a lot of potential there. I think she's going to be essentially a female Drew McIntyre situation. Yeah, I appreciate it, brother. Glad that's what you're here for, because I was fucking hardcore strung on that one. This is what happens when I've been all systems go for the last several weeks with no break. I've been all gas, no brakes lately is the best way to put it, but not as cool as Jacob Fatu. But yeah, I'm finally getting the rosters updated. I don't know if 2 years is the exact timer I'd give Zach, but what I meant was like, go away, find yourself, make a name for yourself on the indies, reestablish yourself, make yourself undeniable, the Cody and Drew route, and really the Matt Cardona route, except he just hasn't gotten brought back yet. I feel like he should. I don't know why he hasn't. But, make them regret firing you. Prove yourself to the world again. Remind them who the fuck you are. All that kind of cool stuff, and then at that point, it's just like make them regret passing you over the first time. Well, you guys are saying like, oh, maybe she goes to this indie or that indie. I mean, we're about to have so many promotions, is all I'm about to say. Raw, SmackDown, NXT, WCW, and the indies. And LAW. So you never know.
Catches the Pele kick into the calf crusher. Almost makes Finn Balor tap out with Judgment Day looking on.
Yeah, exactly. And after the Judgment Day stuff is a key factor there, because like she's in the middle of being part of the biggest faction on Raw right now. Second biggest. I don't know. Bloodline probably has more. Bloodline's in like more time stuff. So.
A little bit of space. Smart decision by Finn Balor. He's got to be humble. Maybe on one wheel for the rest of the way. Finn targeting Styles. Styles is ready. But he needs him on a clothesline. Balor with a slick blade. Talking about evenly matched. Absolutely.
But yeah, I'm cleaning out the WWE roster right now of all the recent releases finally. Because there were people from like the November releases that I still haven't gotten to. Or not the November, the February releases. Don't know where I got November from. Like, Sonya Deville's still on the roster. For reference. Whoops.
More damage being done to the leg. Balor, though, tried to roll through. AJ Styles caught him. AJ now.
Bring the interdimensional title back. Nah. AJ and Finn are having a fun match right now, by the way. Finn kicking out of the Styles Clash. You'll love to see it.
Balor able to kick out of the Styles Clash by AJ. Indeed it is. The WWE fans showing their appreciation for these two great athletes here tonight.
Why Shotzi still has the spiked hair in 2K25 is beyond me. When even her render in the game doesn't have it. Her render in the game has the damn green hair.
The apron, Balor trying to take advantage. And Styles with a sliding knee. That's what they can finish fifth. Styles against the phenomenal pull-off run by Balor. And Balor now.
What's the status? Of course, made a version of her with the green hair. Was great. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I was very happy with how it turned out. So. Oh, there's Penta. But yeah, yesterday when I was like writhing in pain from my back, I literally laid on the floor and had like face down on the floor and had Alex like chiropractor my back, where I would tell her where to put her hands, I'd breathe in, she'd give me a countdown, and then I would breathe out and she'd just push down with all she could. And AJ with the dub. You listen to Finn, you're gonna eat the pin. Pin Balor strikes again. Fortunately, with the power of Photoshop, I can just give her long green hair and it's all good. I can get rid of the spikes. Shotzi is someone I feel like would do really well in TNA. I feel like she'd do really well there. I could see her having some fun in GCW as well.
We thought it was over when Balor hit the 1916, but AJ Styles able to capitalize on Penta getting involved to put Balor away and pick up the victory here tonight. It's too sweet here to watch AJ in big battle. Thanks to Penta, AJ picks up the win.
I don't know, she just has like that TNA vibe to her, like a classic knockout from when they were the trendsetters in women's wrestling. You know.
Last Saturday was a tremendous premium live event. We talked about the Pat Gunther match. Of course, John Cena and Randy Orton saw that earlier on. But what about one of the matches that might have stolen the show? It was for the Intercontinental Championship. Lyra Valkyria against the man Becky Lynch. This was a tremendous battle.
Who else is still on the WWE roster? I gotta move.
On Saturday night. Lyra Valkyria has been putting on an absolute show since she
Let's see.
and taking on Becky Lynch.
Sonya Deville, that's one. Dakota Kai would do wonders in TNA or WCW. The place gets bad rep, but MLW would be great for her too. Yeah. MLW's just got a bad rep because they don't really have morals when it comes to who they bring in. Riddle. Enzo. Oh, Cross talking to New Day in the background. Interesting. Oh, American Made coming back out on commercial. Bring Vince Russo. I have no intent to ever do anything with Vince Russo, bro. I'll sooner put a main series world title on myself before I use Russo. Yep, I agree on the cross, love. It makes me really happy.
Let's hear it for my boys. Qualifying for a tag team championship match. And hold on, I need to give to my new favorite wrestler in the WWE, the up-and-comer and the best luchador of all time, your new Speed Champion.
Put main title on myself. Dare it. I'm a former hardcore champion, so I got that going for me. Held the hardcore title a handful of times.
Flash in Paris in Monday Night Raw are coming to the Defense Arena in Paris, France on Sunday, August 31st and Monday, September 1st. Combo tickets are on sale now via Ticketmaster.
Hogan era of TNA. I wasn't even watching wrestling at the time, dude. I didn't start watching until 2014. I've gone back and I've seen stuff from the Hogan era, and it's terrible. Like, Hulk Hogan is a sickness, and he and Eric Bischoff were a plague on TNA. Thoughts on the bingo halls? Everyone starts somewhere. Not to mention facing the guy that took it from me. He's not the only one that ever took it from me. Corey Graves took it from me once. I'm like a 4-time hardcore champion. Like, hold on. Let's go to the website and let's check the facts here. All right, let's check the facts before we just start saying Logan ended my only hardcore title reign, because he most certainly did not. I am a several-time hardcore champion. They were not the answers TNA thought they were. Really, they weren't. Getting it all loaded up here. But yeah, so, like, you look at the hardcore title in LS11 history. Jeff Hardy was the first champion, then Miz got it. We don't talk about this one. The first of many Cameron Grimes runs, LA Knight, Babyface Dominic, Raj. There's my first one. Ray ended my first one at SummerSlam, which I'm so angry. I'm not angry, but I'm upset about how this one went down. Because this happened at SummerSlam Season 3, where Ray and I were supposed to be on commentary together. We get 3 minutes into SummerSlam Season 3, and Ray's like, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm falling asleep at the wheel here. I was like, so what, Ray? What are we supposed to do? He was like, I'm sorry. I was like, so do I need to just go home and do it myself? He was like, yeah, probably. I was like, all right. And so SummerSlam was just me. And so I kept the Ray thing happen. We just said he faked being sick. Omos and then Miz in his contract with Omos as his bodyguard meant any titles Omos won went to Miz. Santino got it. Then Byron got it for a second. Tony D was the first staple of the division. LA Knight was there briefly. Okay, yeah. LA Knight was there briefly again. Miz, this was a fun night. MVP, it was a real mix. Gunther won it and then immediately vacated it. I know this makes it look like Danhausen beat Gunther. He didn't. He won it, called it a piece of trash, and said he didn't want it, and left it in the ring, and said whoever can come down to this ring and pick it up wins it. And Danhausen then did that.
But by all of you.
And Ray is absolutely right. It is the Sphere in Vegas. Also, Ray, I hope you know that was not a shot at you when I said that about SummerSlam Season 3. It was more of a frustration with the circumstances surrounding it. Because it was a pre-recorded show, and I hate doing those alone. Let's see. And then there we go. I won it on my birthday from Danhausen with Radio Silence. And then immediately lost it to Corey Graves. Carnold won it briefly at at WrestleMania. Lost it to Danhausen. Ray won it. Lost it to Conan. Tyler Breeze won it. Lost it. Gave it to Aaron. I pinned Aaron for it. Then immediately got pinned by Logan, who immediately got pinned by Jay. And then came back. And I won it from Truth at a house show. And then that was it.
I won, and you couldn't see yourselves in me anymore because you can't recognize success because all you know is failure.
Is Henry Minzy Pro records? Fuck's sake.
You hate what you cannot understand. You wanna know something? When I was at one of my friends, they asked
I
me.
get it. I'm a wuss. I did not say that. You were I did not say that. Let the record show. I did not say that.
I miss being in the ring, but it's weird. I like
Longest reigning hardcore champ.
and I almost
Fucking A.
what I was saying, but now I do because I wasn't
Let me
captured.
pull it back up. Hold on.
Tell me who I am and what I'm about. I didn't have to listen to all of your lies.
We're getting the You People promo from Becky here.
That I had hoped for in this business. I didn't have to spin my wheels trying to prove myself and that I wasn't what you say I am, but that all changes. Because
I want to say it's Danhausen. I want to say Danhausen had it longer than anyone at some point. Alright, let's see. So, 14 Days with Miz is currently longest. As we scroll through. Danhausen with 16, Lance Archer with 21, Danhausen with 21. It's currently Lance Archer and Danhausen with 21 days as I'm scrolling. Add Cameron Grimes to that mix. Let's see. Braun Strowman, 23 days. Maurice, 26. Don't tell me it's Maurice. Andre Chase, 33? What? Andre Chase with 33 days was the longest hardcore tolerant. Bring back the RW section. It's not here anymore. I deleted it. Because I'm not doing ARW really anymore. Like, I'll eventually make an ARW title history page, but that's it. Like, there's no point in having a whole section on the website dedicated to a roster that doesn't exist anymore. Like, I miss ARW, but it's just not... It's just not really worth keeping. I get 50 pages that I can... Like, there's 50 different pages I can make on the website. And using essentially 2% of my website for a show that doesn't exist anymore is not worth it. Robin Starfire, Robin Batgirl. I'm more of a Robin Batgirl guy, personally. I think I've always been more of a Robin Batgirl guy. I like both. Both is good. Yeah, I did not see it being I did not see it being Andre Chase coming.
Yes, sir. I will do, sir.
Come on, Adam. Think about it. You can do this.
I respect that, okay? That's great, but I just can't give you a match with Rusev. You're not that good player. It's not clear, guys. You're not clear. I will be soon. I know you will be. When you are, we will revisit this conversation. I think you might will. So what? How are you doing, fella? Fair play to man for never backing down. I know when you appreciate. Yeah. Respect that. Thanks, guys. You can. What a return last week. I'm fine. I'm just like, yeah, I'll be honest, I needed to shake off that ring rust. What rust? Well, you know, it's on the head, fella, but I'll be honest, I want to keep that momentum going. So how about it, right? Think about this, yeah? Next week, Celtic Warrior face the bouncing wallaby waster. Facing water. You know what? Consider that official because that sounds like a man.
Somebody say Andre. Did somebody say Andre Chase? And then didn't Loomis just immediately choke him out? Like, didn't Loomis immediately just choke him out when he said that? I did a watch along to that show. Let that sink in for a second. I did a watch along to the first ever NXT 2.0, and I was huffing the copium, going, guys, it's not that bad. Little did I know. Little did I know. Money in the Bank qualifying begins next Monday. AJ and Penta next week. That'll be cool. Teaming against the Judgment Day. Nope. Just not even touching that one with a 32-foot pole. Just not touching that one, JT. Hey, moving graphics are back. Sometimes. Sometimes they're back. Sometimes they're not.
Dogs are going to be barking in South Carolina. As main event, Jey Uso and Braun Breaker. Fight on Raw.
All right, main event time. Which is good because your boy's tired. I'll go back to bed. Would you believe me? Was that opposed to that one? Nope, because you ask me absurd shit every time I'm live, so no, I don't believe you in the slightest. I believe that was 100% intended for me. I take apologies in the forms of donations. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I need to stress that I'm kidding.
They team up next against the world champion Sky, the former champ Rhea Ripley, and a main event on Raw.
Julia and Roxanne have got to win something on main roster to be a credible threat, okay? They got to win something. You can have Rhea and Io having a miscommunication. Roxanne and Julia need this win.
The NXT girls have come in here and really made a name for themselves. Really good. They were quoted as saying earlier, we don't give a damn about Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, or anybody in the women's locker room here at Raw. They feel like not only are they the future, but they're the right now.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say to that one.
You can check it out. It streams globally right here on Netflix. So much talent coming from NXT.
Why you gotta wait? Why you gotta make it weird, man?
Certainly, two examples of the greatness of the NXT brand. Champion, none other than Stephanie McCare, who we've had the honor of watching here on Raw for a couple of weeks. They're all impressive. They're all prepared. And they're all kind of got this quiet cockiness about them. They know they're great. Prepared. That is a perfect word to describe where Julie and Roxanne are right now in their career. Yeah. The prodigy.
It is what he does. I'm kind of Stockholm syndrome into being friends with him at this point because of it. Yeah, it's got to be a Roxanne and Julia win. It needs to be. So on the UK Championship. I mean, NXT UK was fun sometimes. I didn't really watch much of it, but I don't know. Once NXT UK was done, there wasn't a point in having that title around anymore. So I get why they unified the belts.
She's in main event of Raw already. Exactly where she believes she was born to be.
I'm scrolling through my back end of the website now, seeing if there's anyone else that I need to take off the roster. Elena Black / Cora Jade stays until her story is done. Meechan's still around, despite me getting mixed up the other day. Glad she's still around. Ora Menza, that's another one that's gone.
No reason to say anything after that. Those from Chicago. NXT girls are in the main event. Hey, a lot to talk about tomorrow for Sam Roberts and Megan Morant, as they have Raw Recap brought to you by Fanatics, available every Tuesday on WWE's YouTube and all audio platforms, wherever you get your podcasts. This week's guest is spectacular. Speaking of spectacular, two the great women in the WWE today, Roxanne Perez and Julia, teaming up here tonight on the main event.
Oh my god, the wild card rule was the dumbest thing imaginable. That's my thought on it, JT. First, it was 3 people a week. Then it was 4. Then it was just fucking the brand split didn't exist anymore.
One of the best in the world and has been for some time. Of course, Vader Dave in Japan, much like her counterpart, Julia, did tonight.
It was a mess, and it was terrible.
Now on top of the world, the women's division here on Monday Night Raw.
Wildcard Championship didn't exist. Not a thing.
To represent here for Monday Night Raw.
And Rhea's back. I hope Mommy had an excellent Mother's Day yesterday. Just saying. That's all I'll say there. The hair flip folds me immediately. Every time. Let's see.
You know, last week when he was in Australia doing a promotional tour in her homeland for the big events coming up in Perth in October, and well, Julie and Roxanne would take advantage of that, taking out Io Sky last week. Rhea told me earlier today, Roxanne...
Again, not a thing, and no, it shouldn't be, JT.
Iville's response to Mommy has been deafening here tonight. Rhea's made it very clear to Io Sky.
Interbrand championship shouldn't be a thing. It should, like, there shouldn't be the interbrand champion. Belts that can float between the two shows is one thing, like the women's tag titles, that's fine, but there shouldn't be a title that's entire gimmick is that it's about being on multiple brands. That's dumb. They all just outright call it dumb.
The former world champion Rhea Ripley against two of the hottest up-and-coming stars in the business today, Roxanne Perez and Julia, in our main event of Monday Night Raw. Io Sky going to start things off with Roxanne Perez tonight. They had a tremendous matchup last week, and Roxanne was trying to get out of harm's way, and Io Sky said not so fast.
I will admit, when I woke up at like 8:05 and realized that what's the championship that doesn't exist that should exist? WWE 6-man tag titles. They got so many trios that they might as well. Like, you know, Judgment Day. You got... Well, shit, I mean, I originally would have said that, but now I'm thinking about it. They've released so many fucking people that it might not be a thing anymore. You got Judgment Day, you got American Made, you don't have Final Testament anymore. You got Wyatt 6, that makes 3. Let me look at the rosters again. Hold on. You got Bloodline, technically, when they're all healed, or when they're all healthy. You got, you don't have Imperium anymore either, do you? I'll just go the AEW route. I have no idea, man. I think 6 months ago I would have said you could have done 6-man tag titles in WWE, and then they released so many fucking people that it stopped being a thing. I don't know. Otherwise, I feel like they've got enough fucking belts, man. Like, across main roster, they've got the WWE title, the World Heavyweight title, the Women's World title, the Women's title, the Intercontinental title, the US title, the Women's IC title, the Women's US title, the Speed title, the Women's Speed title, the World Tag titles, the SmackDown Tag titles, and the Women's Tag titles. That's 13 belts on main roster, and another 5 in NXT. They got 18 belts that are featured on weekly WWE programming, not to mention the upcoming Evolve titles, not to mention the ID titles, not to mention the eventual NXT Europe titles when that happens. The AAA titles are about to come canon to WWE. They got enough belts. They don't need any more belts. No more belts. Oh, Stardom referenced on WWE TV. No, there's no need for an intergender belt either.
No, thought the tag was made, but Roxanne Perez, better move by Perez. Now the prodigy was ready. They slapped upon him. That ain't gonna do much, but wake her up on foot. Yeah, now mocking Rhea Ripley, I'm not quite sure that was the right move.
The Noah belts aren't really part of WWE because Noah's not owned by WWE. It's the same reason I didn't mention TNA. I meant belts owned under the WWE umbrella. TNA and Noah are their own things still.
And Julia with a drop kick, her body's everywhere. Wild action here in our main event. I'll tell you, Julia and Roxanne Perez absolutely have no fear of Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. Not at all. Trying to make their own name here.
Sunny Kiss. No real thoughts.
Julia is so much fun to watch.
No issues. Like, I got no issues with Sunny. Just not really like a super fan or anything. Pretty impartial. Like, simple as that. No real thoughts.
Confidence in Julia Sky has
It's not a bad thing or a good thing. It's just
Both Julia and Roxanne Perez will be world champions on this level at one point in their career. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Everybody believes it. I think even Io and Rhea potentially know that. They're going to be in for a fight tonight.
ow, it hurts to yawn right now, so that's fun. That's where we're at right now in my life. I don't know what I did to my back. It's like my upper left shoulder is what it is. Like I can move my right shoulder just fine now. Yesterday it was both arms. Like I could getting my arm up this high hurt. Now I'm good. It's my left arm and my left side that's hurting. I don't know if it's like I slept weird on it because I don't sleep on my left side. I sleep on my right. So I don't know. Black Lightning, like the DC character. I don't know much about him. It looks cool though. I know he's an alt skin for Raiden in Injustice or in Injustice 2. I never unlocked him though because Injustice 2 to get any of the legacy skins or anything like that would let you play as like Killer Croc or Mr. Freeze or Black Lightning or things like that costs so many points to unlock and so much money, like real life money if you wanted to do it. The only legacy skin I had was Power Girl, and it's because she came with the gold edition when I bought it. And of course, I would have spent real money for Power Girl. It's my favorite DC character. Her and Red Hood. It's still funny to me, like a year ago now, when I rearranged my room in here and I sent the picture of my shelf over there, where I believe I now have all the Power Girl graphic novels, like all the graphic novel collections. Because I've got 6 of them, I think. I got Power Trip, I've got Power Girl Returns, I've got Space Girls Gone Wild, I've got Aliens and Apes, I've got Power Girl Harley Quinn, I've got another one that I can't see the name of right now. And I posted that on Discord, and I was like, guess you guys can't guess who my favorite DC character is. And JT being JT went, Red Hood? And I went, actually, yeah, it's Red Hood. And he was like, oh. Oh, I don't know what I expected. Expect the unexpected, motherfucker. Always expect the unexpected with me. My toxic trait right now is believing that maybe if I like push myself enough or like stretch my shoulder far enough back or something while my back left side is hurting this bad, that I'll get some kind of pop out of it that'll just magically make all the pain go away. That's kind of what happened on my right side. Is when I laid down on the couch yesterday, one of the cats got underneath me, and I like started to get underneath me, so I had to shift and pivot myself, and it caused me to like go right shoulder first into the arm of the couch, and I just felt this pop in my right side, and suddenly all the pain on my right side went away, and I could move again on that side. It's my left side that's hurting so bad right now, though.
Off the top turnbuckle. It was so explosive. One slight mistake, and Bobby's going to take advantage. Well, not from up there. Dangerous position here for Roxanne Perez. Lands on the apron and delivers a blow of her own. Glancing blow, then she delivers a solid shot to Rhea's jaw. Wow! American Rana. Roxanne Perez quickly into the cover. I love that by Roxanne. The wasted motion went right for the cover there to try to put Rhea away. That kind of smother Rhea as you have her down. Oh, hit it by Julia. Kick to the face. Now the double team by Perez and Julia. Look at this. Tag made. Working in perfect unison.
Is there anyone else on the roster I need to pull?
Covered out by Perez. It's enough to put her away. And a kick out by Ripley. And what a main event debut it would be for this team if they could knock off Ripley and Sky tonight. Absolutely. Great tag team wrestling.
Once again, I think the NXT girls should win this one. 100% think they should win this. Alright, I think I got everyone.
She hasn't given Rhea Ripley any space to breathe.
I'll just publish the website for now. If I missed anyone, I'll figure it out tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be live for NXT tomorrow. And before anyone's like, oh, but Joe Andrew will. I know he will. But I also might just want a night off. You ever thought of that? I also have like 5 videos I got to do this week, 2 of which are going to be like pay-per-view length videos. So I still got to do Dynamite. I still got to do LAW, and I still got to do Full Gear this week. So I might just take a night off tomorrow to work on those. So it's not all just relying on me on doing on Wednesday and Thursday. I gotta at least get AEW done tomorrow so it can go out early access in the evening.
It does. Julia's legal, and so is Io Sky, the world champion. And the genius of the Sky now looks to pick up the pace. With the right hand, such a clean uppercut. Genius of the Sky on Julia. Gonna go where she's comfortable up to the top rope. Sky with a missile drop kick. Tip up, flip up. Io Sky.
Oh, cool. Good job, team. Got the, that was a sick DDT.
DDT by Perez. I should say basement drop kick by Scott. Julia roll up, they hammer here. Shoulders down, looking for the victory. Sky's got a kick.
I'd pop if one of them pinned Io tonight. That'd be a cool way to get one of them a title shot against her.
Sky able to counter into a waist lock. Standing switch by Julia. Sky rolls through. Stop.
Oh. You mean in charge of the stream? I'm not. There's no stream. If I'm taking a night off, there's no stream. I was getting a little worried Roxanne was going to be slow on that one with how she was getting in the ring.
But certainly enough to side Russian leg sweep again, and Sky this time able to counter.
Whoa!
Sky now a double team.
Oh, that was a cool double team. Rhea just yeeting Io. That was cool. Oh.
Roxanne was looking for pop rocks, and it didn't work out. Io Sky rock kick off the top rope.
Rhea and Io working together.
We're a team that's do this together, says Io and Rhea. Rhea to the apron.
Rhea did the Io taunt. Brilliant. Oh! Kind of interesting fact for you here. Last season, when Julia was earlier this season, rather, when Julia was NXT Women's North American Champion, before the idea of the TNA merger, there was one time where I was considering, and before the idea of Rhea being the one to beat Tiffany, because I... When Michael Cole has a little flub like that where he accidentally called Rhea Roxanne, I feel a little better knowing that even the greatest commentators can do that. So I have an excuse. It makes me feel a little better about my commentary. But anywho, yeah, earlier this season, before Ray was actually the one that pushed that I have Rhea be the one to beat Tiffany. He was like, I figured that's where you were going with it. It just felt so obvious. It's like, I hadn't thought about it, honestly. I figured people were just tired of Rhea being on top in Universe, so I was gonna have her not on top for a while. But oh, miscommunication. NXT girls are about to take the L. Their little invasion of main roster ain't going so hot, is it? I mean, they're losing to two established world champion stars, but like, I don't know. I would have preferred to see the new girls get the win through some kind of Rhea EO miscommunication. Their time's gonna come. Like, I'm not sitting here like, oh, they're gonna get buried. Because I know someone's gonna say it. I know someone's gonna go, Julia and Roxanne are getting buried. No, the fuck they're not. They just made it into Raw in a banger near 30-minute match against Rhea and EO. They came up short. They're gonna get their wins eventually. They're gonna be champions eventually. Be fucking patient. I ain't dealing with the buried shit. I just ain't dealing with it. New stars aren't just made with wins. Like, would I have preferred Rhea and EO to take the L on this one? Yeah, probably. But I see the idea of how it was booked. Because you get that ending lingering shot of Rhea raising EO's hand and looking at the title. Yeah, like Peter said, it's a process. Exactly. It's a process and it's a system. You just gotta trust it sometimes. All right, cool. That was fun Raw. I actually really enjoyed it. I was more well rested for it than normal because I went to bed. I took that like 2.5 hour nap, which was nice. Oh, it's Wednesday when the DLC comes out. I thought it was tomorrow. Okay. Hold on, I got a joke to make. All right, cool. Bye, everyone. I got nothing else to say. Maybe I'll be live tomorrow. Maybe I won't. It depends on how things go with delivering and all that, and my day as a whole. All right. See you guys maybe tomorrow. If I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you Friday. NXT tomorrow, according to Ray. He says he's got it done. He's just got to edit it, which is fucking awesome to hear. AEW on Wednesday. I'll give you guys a little show previews real quick, I guess, while it's on my mind here, while I got my notebook out. So on AEW on Wednesday, Brody King's gonna face Sami Callihan. We're gonna find out who's gonna challenge Finn Juice when Roderick Strong and Bobby Fish face Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. Marina Shafir takes on the AEW Women's Champion Anna Jay. We're gonna have Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly face to face. And the main event is going to be a 6-man tag team matchup. Kenny Omega, Hangman Page, and Will Ospreay against Swerve Strickland, Kazuchika Okada, and Jay White. Main event this week is going to have a handful of matches on it as well. The Kaz Dojo is going to face the LWO. Damian Priest is going to face a mystery opponent. And the main event is going to be Mickie James in action against Ren Sinclair. And on Ring of Honor, new Ring of Honor television champion Shane Haste is in action. Abaddon and Lady Frost face off, and in the main event, it is new Ring of Honor World Champion Pac against Mustafa Ali. Those two shows are available for members and Patreons this week at a later date. And on LAW, it is a pay-per-view level show because we've taken nearly a month off of LAW. In fact, we have taken a month off of LAW, so it's time to come back swinging. And on LAW this week, Pumped Extermination is going to defend the LAW tag titles against the Rise, which is Cold Quinn and Paragon Pierce. We're going to hear from Quizmaster and Triton, who are actually going to be in action, I believe. Yes, they are going to be in action. Jessica Enigma is going to get her Nanny Memorial Battle Royal shot against Jade Davidson for the LAW Women's title. We're going to hear from Alexander Blackstone. Let's see. Ethan Ace and DJ Danger are going to have their LAW title match. Circus of Chaos of Triton and Quizmaster, who lied about his retirement, as we've all seen, are going to face JC Seraphim and Tech in tag team action. Corey Blue and Kelly McKay are going to defend the LAW Women's Tag titles against Brooklyn Von Braun and Odyssey Rift. And in the main event, it is me. It is Logan Paul. It's an LA street fight, and it is for the LS11 Grand Championship. There you go. That's all I'm going to announce tonight. Next week's Raw is going to be a hell of a show, and everything's going to go down this weekend. It's going to be a big weekend.